31st May show, I have thought of this set list. I will explain in another video why I have chosen this. This is not just another show where it's just a random collection of improv games. There is a theme behind it, and the theme powers everything. So the first game is Why Is It Hot? A variant of Why Is It Late? Foursquare, the regular Foursquare. Serenade the Expert. It's a mixture of offer circle, where you know how we used to go around in a one person stands and everybody else goes and gives them offers and they have to yes it. So this one is a mixture of that and that serenade game where people do come up with clever do panktiyan on the spot. One line is by this, one line is by the other person. So this is a mix. Fourth one is emotional quadrants, I think, emotional minefield, emotional quadrants, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter the name. Fifth one is Chinese whispers. Chinese whispers is where you ask a story from the audience, a nice meaty juicy story, and you have to, this is like a host dependent game, a very host dependent, because he has to make sure that he picks out a story, he does crowd work, audience work, and he picks out a story that has enough meat and juice so that all 6, 7, 8, however many of us are performing, we can all act it out, verbalize, so that by the time it gets to the this Chinese whispers game, right? Like somebody tells a story, one Andling hears it, everybody else is outside, another person comes in, he tries to act it out and show him, he'll then speak it out, then that person acts it out, and by the time it gets to the end, it becomes something else. It's just fun to watch. It's a palate cleanser game. So last one is an improvised sketch with a lot of elements. So the sketch is 3-part. Part 1, Dr. Dub, how's the progression of my plan for increasing the garmi in the world going? Dupling 1, everything is going as per plan, sir. Using my expertise in audience suggestion, I have hoarded up the world's entire supply of cooling item, again suggested by the audience. Dr. Dhoop, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Dr. Dhoop Khushwa, Dupling 2. And sir, everything the people of this planet want to cool themselves down using cooling item, again suggestion of the audience, they will not be able to do so. Dr. Dhoop, gorgeous, subhanallah, absolutely lovely. Then my plan to turn this planet into the correct temperature shall be successful. Dupling 3. Yes sir, and then we will all be finally comfortable. We shall have turned this planet from freezing cold at 25 degrees C to a much more comfortable 50 degrees C. Dr. Dhoop, getting emotional. And finally, I will have been successful in my mission. My mentor, my guru, my acharya, my everything shall be so proud of me. Flashback. Devil with devil horns. Maybe we get a prop for this. Devil, your long service in hell has been noticed. This place has started receiving a lot more rave reviews ever since you joined as the managing director. This is now the place to be. Nobody wants to go to heaven anymore. Heaven is not even able to pay the rent. We will be driving them out of business soon at this rate. Dr. Dhoop enters the scene. It pleases me to know that my service has pleased you. It is my greatest pleasure and joy to ever be of eternal service to thee. If ever I have fallen short in my services, I would like to sincerely apologize. Devil, no, my child. For all these long years, you have been my most trusted servant. You have really maintained the vibe of this place. But there is a problem. We are running out of space. We need to expand. The time has come when you need to go out there and conquer and hella form a totally new world. You have any place in mind? Dr. There is a planet named Earth. So many of those people come here. In any case, it makes sense to turn that place itself into another one of our branches. Devil, Earth, huh? But isn't that the water planet? How will you turn such a watery blue planet into a fiery, dry vibe that we need for our purposes? Dr. Dhoop, I know exactly what to do. Part 2, Chawa Supreme, tiptoeing around. Is this where the lair of the Dooplings is? Chowling 1, I think so, yes. We need to be able to be silent and cool. Whatever we do, we must not lose our cool. That's what makes us better than them. Otherwise, there is no difference between us and them. Chowling 2, they think it is so easy to flummox us. We are the Chowlings and we will always keep the world cool and blue and chill. Chava Supreme. Yes, we always will. Remember the time when we were all at the audience location? Audience suggestion, location suggested by the audience. And the place was getting too hot. Remember what we did then to save the day and cool everybody down? Improvised scene flashback based on that suggestion. Just a random scene about with these three Chowlings. Back to the present. Chava Supreme and the Chowlings crawling and then getting up to face a sphinx. A sphinx that is made out of two Andlings. They are not at this point. They will be just Andlings and not Duplings. Just two-headed and like one above the other, three heads. Or we'll think of a way to make a sphinx. I will let you through, but you have to satisfy my curiosity and answer all my questions. If you get the answers to 3 deep questions right and you entertain me, I will let you go. Spin me a good yarn, tell me a good story. If I am entertained, I'll let you go. So this is Story Die, hosted by the Sphinx, not by the host, but the Sphinx. And maybe after 1 or 2 stories, the Sphinx decides that it has been entertained enough. Part 3. The Chowlings come face to face with the dastardly scheme of the Duplings to cook up the entire world. As soon as these two come face to face, all of this will be depicted. It's not be said out loud, obviously. So everybody will be on stage. So it will be whatever has been established so far throughout the entire game. Skill versus skill, trait versus trait. So 2 of them will run off in one direction, and then we'll follow them however they manage their conflict. So it'll be like whoosh. Whenever somebody walks off stage, like this scene becomes about them. So we'll see each of the Chowlings and versus each of the Duplings separately, and then at the end we'll have the final showdown between Dr. Dhoop and Chava Supreme and then hopefully it will all crescendo into one high peak moment. That'll all be improvised. And maybe it'll have some iconic, good lines like "तुझे ठंडा करना पड़ेगा, ठंडा हो जा भाई, दुनिया अभी पूरी गर्म नहीं हुआ है, अभी थोड़ी ठंडाई या छाव बाकी है." So this is the sketch. So this is my sketch. Hopefully it ends on a high note, but even if it doesn't, I still think it will have enough high points for it to be a good, enjoyable end to a show. Because all the other previous games have also contributed to this final sketch. Game 1, segment 1. See, after the audience has been warmed up, I don't think we should waste too much time warming ourselves up using stage time. That is what we've been doing by playing Do Panktiyan or freestyle on stage. I mean, come on, we have been warmed up before the show itself. So we'll just straight away go into it. We'll go into why is it hot at the Chowlings headquarters, where Chava Supreme is asking one of his Chowlings why is it so hot, and we're going to play why is it late, and we'll take wacky suggestions from the audience for why things are getting so hot. The suggestions could be anything, the dragon is coming, and then we'll play just a why are you late, but why is it hot. I think it's a good intro into the show. Segment 2 would be to establish Dr. Dhoop and his Duplings, and to establish all the characters we are going to play Foursquare. This is like a regular Foursquare, with the difference that all the traits and characteristics that are endowed or the improvisers discover during this game, they will try to carry it forward, right? Ask audience for just like a regular Foursquare. Ask audience for suggestions to establish the trait of all the Duplings. So maybe we'll get traits that are specific to Dhoop, Summer, or maybe not. If you want, we could have a monologue by Dr. Dhoop at the beginning of this game to establish his motivation, because the audience doesn't know what his deal is. So he can just say, oh, I want to create so much Dhoop in the world, so much Garmi. Because I have already explained it to you, because I explained the finale to you already, but the audience doesn't know. So maybe he can say some overblown villainy stuff like, I want to cook the world, I want to make this whole world roast or something like that, and ask for a suggestion from the audience that for something that people use a lot during the summers, like AC, cooler, talcum powder, and maybe make that a part of his motivation, that he wants to get rid of all the talcum powder, he wants to get rid of all the watermelon or something like that. It will just be fun. So this is segment 2, which is Foursquare. Segment 3, Serenade the Expert. So each of the Andlings will be given an expertise that they will carry forward when they again go and become Chowlings or Duplings. So everybody will stand in a line and we'll ask the audience, what is this person's expertise? What is this person's expertise? So as soon as an expertise is established, a couple of people come in and do that offer circle game, where they reinforce that person's expertise through a short do panktiyan, or maybe like a couple of lines, or somehow it's a palate cleanser of a game, just to establish their expertise, which they then will carry going forward in the next improv games, in the next part of the show. So all these, you will try to carry all these traits, whatever you have discovered so far, next. Segment 4, at the Chawlings headquarters with Chava Supreme. We'll play emotional quadrants, emotional sectors, whatever it is. Again, same deal as with the 4 square. Here it is not just to play the game, it's to establish the character of all the Chawlings and their relationship with their supreme leader, the Chava Supreme. Segment 5 is a palate cleanser game, just Chinese whispers. Ask an audience member. This is like a host based game. Ask an audience member to relate a summer based story, and it should be good enough, and then you do a Chinese whisper. So, and then the sketch, which I've already explained. So this is like my vision. Another reason I think we should be a little bit bold about what kind of show we put on. Help us the marketing story, like how the marketing guys keep talking about brand story, this story. I think pushing something unique and different that makes it stand apart from the rest of the improv scene is something that is a marketing benefit as well. It will help distinguish us, differentiate us, that they are not just improv. I mean, they are improv, yes, but they are a little bit more than that. Oh, but you might have the objection, oh, this is not improv, there's too many elements are scripted, too many elements are planned. I don't think so. I'm open to even Dr. Dhoop and Chava Supreme and all the characters, and be all being picked on the spot, on the stage. We'll have to ask the host whether how it will work out, like where they will incorporate it, and how to take audience suggestions to select all these characters. What I find this not real improv is, all right, everybody come, and now we'll play 4 square, and now we'll have this and this, so and so improviser playing this game. That is not improv, because that is fixed. This is improv because the plot is not, it's just bare bone outlines are fixed, but a lot of the elements are like left up to the moment and for us to discover on the stage.